Hello and welcome to another edition of Buzzword BBQ, the series where we track the buzzword of the day at South by Southwest and sear it onto a piece of meat here at Stubbs Barbecue Joint in downtown Austin, and then eat it down with the cream of the crop the festival's marketeers. I'm joined here today by Dan from HeyHuman agency. Dan, thank you so much for being with us.
Pleasure, mate. Hi.
Now Dan comes straight off the back of doing pretty much a much talked about and sell-out talk. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I'm going to try my best to get it right. It's neuroplasticity and technology, how brands must change.
That's bang on, yeah.
Bang on. Your buzzwords here, true to the sentiment of this blog, we've seared it onto a piece of meat, and disconcertingly, this is a piece of brisket, but your buzzword is brains.
Yeah, well, our talk was all about the human brain and what technology is doing to it and what brands should change as a result of that. So that's why. But, you know, we shouldn't let it get in our way.
Well, we won't. We're going to eat it down in just a second. But do you want to talk more broadly then about why brains is our buzzword of the day?
Well, I suppose thank you. I mean, we look at people and behaviours, and I think what was really fascinating was we discovered this concept in neuroscience called neuroplasticity, which basically says that our brains change all the time in response to different stimuli. And so using technology is such a massive distraction, and studies showed it's actually a worse impact on our working memory than being stoned, is a massive distraction, and brands need to come at this in a completely different way, because technology is, you know, although most people see it as a very intimate friend and describe it as can't live without in our research, we actually think at the moment the way it's being used is like a foe.
So, technology, friend or foe, it's...
I think it absolutely has the power to be a transformative friend. It's just that we're not currently using it in the right way. I think we're almost in a technological infancy where we just bounce about between lots of different channels.
Okay, so what can brands learn, I guess? Give us some kind of takeouts based on all this research you've done.
I think the top sort of three takeouts for brands really is that in our research we demonstrated that people's working memory, their sort of cognitive load, is completely maxed out, and in that scenario they're just not taking things in because they just haven't got the room. So it's thinking about communicating in different ways. The main thing is to make communications easy again, is to think about what other channels of working memory can we use. So how can you use sound in combination with vision to make people look when they're not? How can we use non-conscious nudges? So think about making your brand available through colorways, through the use of the logo, etc., and make that consistent and accessible. And then finally, it was really thinking about how we can start to look at context. So really think about, people are so busy these days, it's not just about throwing in an ad at that moment, it's about specifically designing an experience for that moment. So that's kind of the top line really.
Good. All right, well listen Dan, thanks very much, wise words indeed. We're going to go and eat these brains, but Dan from HeyHuman, thanks for being with us.
Pleasure, thank you.